One of the coolest parts of Dragon Ball has always been the training. Watching Vegeta absolutely grinding and destroying his body, you think, yep, this is one of the coolest things I have ever seen. But obviously, yes, you and me, we aren't stupid. We don't have the brains of Cybermen. We don't think we could actually do this in real life. But there's something interesting that happens when you watch the first training with Goku and Krillin. You see Goku and Krillin climb those stairs, deliver that milk, and you don't think that's impossible to do for a regular human. Obviously, you still can't. But hey, that's not the point. What I'm trying to say is Goku's and Krillin's training with Master Roshi felt real. It wasn't about aliens, transformations, or impossible power levels. You were just watching these two guys give it their all. And look, at least one of them gave it their all. Krillin gave his dirty collection to Master Roshi. If that's not giving your all, I have no idea what is. But listen, today I want to revisit this whole training they did for the martial arts tournament. And hopefully you wanna join me on this nostalgia trip. So let's begin at the first episode. It begins with Goku traveling on the flying Nimbus to Kami house to begin the training with Master Roshi. When he arrives, guess what he finds? Obviously Master Roshi watching some weird videos. But Goku doesn't care. You may ask why? Well, the answer is very simple. Goku, when he was a kid, he was a dumbass. He doesn't understand why he's watching those videos or what they even are. Goku decides to ask Roshi to train, but in absolute classic Master Roshi way, he doesn't ask Goku to give him money or anything like that for him to train him. No, he wants a young woman. Yep, Goku needs to bring a young woman to this old man's house for what reason? I think you know. And Goku tries and tries and tries again. But the dude has an IQ of a monkey. And he brings Master Roshi this. Now, I'm not saying anything, but like, that definitely wouldn't be my first choice. There's nothing wrong with her, but like, I don't know. Would you guys be happy if you got this? Then he brings a mermaid who punches Roshi. Let's be honest, he deserved it. Then, ladies and gentlemen, someone's coming. You see the bald head? Is it Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Or is it Pitbull? No, it's your boy Krillin. He introduces himself and also asks to train. Master Roshi refuses, but Krillin gives him some weird magazines. And then Roshi accepts, just like that. Goku tries to jump on the flying Nimbus and he can't, because he's a bad guy. Nah, he isn't. I'm just making a video about anime, so I need to feel like this cringy villain. Anyway, so that was the first episode. It's kind of like just an introduction, but when I was a kid watching this, I remember I was like, yep, this is going to be absolutely peak. Don't get me wrong, if it wasn't for my older brother, I would probably be watching Teletubbies. But we're not watching Teletubbies right now, are we? So let's go ahead to the second episode. While searching for a girl, Goku and Krillin unknowingly cross paths with Launch. They show clips of her being a thief, with stealing things and shooting people. I was like, oh no, please not her, please. But she's a weird girl. Whenever she sneezes, the hair on her head turns blue like my background. And suddenly she becomes very nice, like extremely nice. Way too nice. That's why she was so confused when the police arrived to arrest her, because she did all of those bad things when she was blonde. Goku and Krillin hear her crying and Goku tries to defeat the officers because he believes she would be a suitable girl to bring to Master Roshi. By the way, does anyone know where Launch is gone? I don't even remember her in Super. Probably just didn't put her in because goddamn she was boring. Of course, Master Roshi is happy to meet Launch. However, after some comedic misunderstandings, if you can call whatever this outfit is comedic, I think it's a bit weird. Launch sneezes again and transforms into her aggressive blonde form. The girl immediately starts firing bullets on Roshi. Goku and Krillin didn't escape as well, they got shot. But don't you worry guys, they're okay, and she sneezed again. So you know what that means. This was basically the second episode. I gotta be honest, I really didn't like Launch. Yeah, she had some decent moments, which I guess were funny, but I'm so glad she's gone. How did Toriyama even think of this idea to make her sneeze and then turn bad? Bro was definitely not sober when writing that. Rest in peace though, he's an absolute legend. So the third episode begins and Master Roshi officially begins preparing Goku and Krillin. They move the Kami house to another island and decides to test the boys' abilities. He decides to hold a 100-meter sprint. Krillin runs it in 10.4 seconds, but Goku struggles because he has damaged shoes. But he takes them off and runs it in 8.5 seconds. It's absolutely crazy for a guy like me who hasn't done a single hour of exercise in the past 2 years. It would take me like 20 minutes. But if you think that's fast, wait until the legend runs. Wait until the greatest of all time, or boy, or sexy, or delicious Master Roshi runs. And he does, and he shocks both of them by running the same distance in just 5.6 seconds. The dude is absolutely insane. Is he trying to be like David Goggins? Krillin then runs away from launch because she sneezed, and he runs way faster than he did when he tried to do the 100-meter sprint. But it doesn't count. Goku's still faster. And now begins one of my favorite and some way somehow one of those memorable training parts they did. Roshi throws a specifically marked stone into a dense jungle and tells the boys that whoever returns it within 30 minutes will earn dinner. They don't even do that in the army. I mean, this kind of training is insane. Let's be honest, this was really smart for Master Roshi. I mean, if I knew I wouldn't get food, I would dedicate my life to find that rock. Krillin tries to cheat by creating a fake stone, but Roshi immediately sees through the trick. Goku finds the real stone using his sense of smell, but Krillin is a little bit of a bad boy, you know? He's a little bit dirty. So he steals it and the two engage in a series of chases, tricks, and a brief fight. But at the end, Krillin ultimately returns the real stone to Roshi first and wins the challenge. At dinner though, things don't quite go Krillin's way. Dude was so happy he won, I mean, who wouldn't be? But as it turns out, the food is poisoned. Krillin and Roshi become very sick. So at the end of the day, who's the real winner? Once again, Goku. Because Roshi and Krillin are still recovering the next day, Roshi postpones the start of their actual training, and this was the end of episode 3. For some reason, for me, this is one of the most memorable episodes of Dragon Ball. Maybe because I've seen it like 30 times. Whenever I get close with someone, I always force them to watch Dragon Ball. Whether it's my girlfriend, or my cousin, or my friends, they always need to watch Dragon Ball with me. So that's why I've seen it countless of times. But because it's so nostalgic and it has such like a wholesome vibe, it doesn't get boring, trust me. Definitely one of my favorite episodes, but let's go ahead into the fourth one. The next morning, Goku and Krillin eagerly prepare for their first real day of training. However, Launch wakes up in her aggressive personality and attacks Goku and Roshi with a machine gun. Goku calms her down in his own way, and yeah, I'm not even going to talk about this. Roshi's training turns out to be far different from what the boys expected. Instead of martial arts techniques, he has them perform physically demanding everyday tasks. What tasks? Well, they need to deliver milk. They carry heavy crates, run long distances, wave through forests, and climb enormous staircases to reach remote homes. The training is really exhausting, especially for Krillin, because he occasionally looks for shortcuts. When Goku begins to get tired, Roshi tries to motivate him. He explains that his grandfather completed the same training without complaint. Goku gets really motivated and he doesn't complain anymore. He gets really motivated and he starts pushing himself harder. By the end of the morning, the boys completed all of their deliveries and learned that Roshi's training focuses on building strength, endurance, discipline, and work ethic through physical challenges rather than traditional combat exercises. Roshi introduces them to the World Martial Arts Tournament and the idea of participating in it. So now the boys have something to work towards too. The episode ends, but it ends on a really exciting note. There were also really cool moments and really cool scenes of the whole training preparation. I really like them. I mean, they're fun to watch and they definitely keep you interested. Watch this reaction of the boys when they found out that they will need to do this for a lot of more months. Really cool episode. Let's go on to the fifth one. And the second phase of Master Roshi's training begins at 4:30 a.m. Goku and Krillin push themselves even harder. They're actually getting way faster and it's really fun to see. Once again, the dinosaur chases them. We see this guy and at the time he looked really intimidating. Does Dragon Ball think we're that dumb? They show a clip of this boxer training. They try to make us think that maybe they have a chance of winning. Obviously, no one thought that the boxer or the forest guy would win. It was so obvious. Anyways, after completing their milk deliveries, the boys plow an entire field by hand. Do you understand how crazy this is? An entire field only by hand. After all of that, they once again have lunch. Lunch does her thing. They all run away. This is one of my favorite moments of Dragon Ball of all time. Goku and Krillin practically have to go to school. And Goku is so bad at reading. So bad. If you think I'm bad at speaking English with my accent, if only you could hear Goku reading. The boys eat again and they have some properly deserved rest. After resting, they work at a construction site and they do absolutely amazing. No one has ever seen this kind of a work ethic and everyone is shocked. I mean, who wouldn't be? Even the boss of that place said that he agrees to pay them a salary of like 6 people. The boys are crazy. Roshi challenges them to push a rock. He says it's impossible. You boys can't even do that yet. Goku does pretty easily. So Master Roshi points to an even bigger rock just because, and Goku can't. Master Roshi may be a little bit freaky, but he's smart. That's a very good way to motivate Goku. Roshi can't move that rock himself. The training continues with more unusual exercises. Goku and Krillin swim laps across a lake while being pursued by sharks, forcing them to push their swimming speed to the absolute limit. Later, Roshi ties them to trees and has them dodge attacks from swarms of angry wasps. Hey, it's the Roshi way of training. It may be tough, but it helps. The boys learn that they are going to have to do this for the next 8 months. And to make it harder, they must now wear heavy turtle shells, weighing about 50 pounds. By the way, they all look like this. Absolute banger of an episode. This is probably my favorite one of this whole training arc. It has the most funny moments and the most random stuff. The training is brutal, and for many people I know, this was the episode that changed their whole mindset on Dragon Ball. Even for me, yes, I knew this is going to be peak a little bit earlier, but when I saw this episode, I started watching Dragon Ball for hours. I would just lay down in my bed with my laptop and watch like 10-12 series in a row. And because this episode is so good, I don't think I'm the only one who did that. But now here comes the final episode of this training arc. The final training part begins and the boys are grinding again. And you can see they are getting way faster, it's way easier for them and they are just way better. Many people wonder why they eat so much, but come on. I can't even begin to think how many calories they burn. Yeah, let's not talk about this again. Dude's a whole grown man. Embarrassing. Goku does something that Roshi didn't expect. He moves the rock. And look at Master Roshi's face. Look at the eyes. I was also surprised, I'm not gonna lie. But if you think that's shocking, Krillin also moved the rock. I mean, at that point, I wouldn't even be surprised if Master Roshi has a little brown in his pants. Goku and Krillin ask for Master Roshi to finally train some martial arts techniques. But to their surprise, he explains that he has no secret techniques to teach them. To push them even further, Roshi replaces the 50-pound shells with 100-pound shells. Give the boys a break, man. Give the boys a break. Goku and Krillin continue training under these extreme conditions until the 8-month preparation period comes to an end. They finally take off the shells and they learn that they are way faster, they can jump really high, and the boys are so shocked. Such a wholesome moment, man. I love this. They're obviously extremely happy, and who wouldn't be? Then they get these funny looking costumes. Seeing Krillin in this outfit, it gives me some bad memories. If you know, you know. As the day of the martial arts tournament approaches, the group travels to the tournament site. There, Goku and Krillin reunite with Yamcha, Bulma, Oolong, and Puar. Obviously, it wasn't all good. It wasn't like a wholesome meeting, you know, where we can all be friends, it will be fun. There obviously has to be some weird stuff. And there was. There sure was. But thankfully, they're all very tired, so they go to sleep, and Master Roshi doesn't have more time to do some weird stuff. On the morning of the tournament, Roshi presents Goku and Krillin with official Turtle School martial arts uniforms. And man, oh man, I absolutely love them. This is probably the greatest outfits in Dragon Ball. Behind Vegeta's, of course. The boys look absolutely ready. They look cool, and the World Martial Arts Tournament begins. I can't explain to you how much I love this whole training arc. It was so simple, but yet it was so great. We didn't see anything crazy like we do nowadays. Didn't train under extreme gravity levels or anything like that. It was just pure, gritty, dirty, hard work. And trust me, I'm not the only one who thinks that these episodes are absolute classic. Anytime I talk to people who have watched Dragon Ball, they always somehow, some way mention these episodes. If you haven't seen these episodes or even the whole original Dragon Ball, watch it. It's a masterclass. Yeah, it's a little bit childish here and there, but I never understood people who started with Dragon Ball Z. How does that make sense? Even now as I rewatched these episodes, it gave me motivation to just not sit on my computer all day. It made me want to work out. Now, will I work out? No. I'm not going to. I'm not as strong and disciplined as these guys. To end this video, thank you Toriyama for cooking this masterpiece. And thank you guys for watching this video. I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Hopefully I'll see you in another one. Peace.